a chat show host.
A chat show.
How did you end up here?
Well, I think it had something to do with a little movie called Bring on the Night. Yeah. And my life's gone downhill ever since, and I owe that to you.
You shouldn't have been so good in it. Stole it from me.
Welcome to Friday Night Videos.
Thank you for welcoming me here.
And let's talk, let's cut to the chase, because believe me, I have a bunch of stuff I could throw at you, as people may or may not know. We toured together for 4 years.
You know too much about me, that's the problem.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So we're not going to get into that today, folks. We're going to talk about, I'm going to say this wrong, 10 Summoner's Tales, right?
Yep.
I said it right. Like, okay.
That's fine. 10 Summoner's Tales.
10 Summoner's Tales.
A happy, smiling Sting? That's either good or scary depending on who you are. So anyways, here's Sting on NBC's Friday Night Videos promoting his 10 Summoner's Tales album, which was actually a pretty good album. So, without further ado, it's Stingo, as Stuart Copeland would call him.
Let's talk about the inspiration for the record for a minute. Please.
The inspiration of the record, that's very difficult. I can just say that when I wrote it and made it, I was very happy, very content, and it's a very happy, contented record, you know. It's about feeling joyful.
I want to talk about that later. See, the thing that I'm really impressed about most with your work, I know that was wrong grammatically, but what the hell? The thing that I'm most impressed about when it comes to your work is that how you view life is directly affected in your music and in your words, and it's rare that you actually get a chance to hear that in most artists.
If you're being honest about your work, then you can't help but reflect what you're feeling, especially in lyrics, because, you know, they're not abstract lyrics.
That's true.
So sometimes I'm in a good mood, sometimes I'm in a bad mood, but I can't disguise those things when I make a record, just because I'm making a record. So I think you have to be honest. You have no choice.
That's very fortunate for us. And right now we're going to take a look at Sting's new video, the world premiere of Fields of Gold. How?
With Sting.
Hey, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm here with my good pal Sting. One of the questions that I wanted to ask you about, it gets kind of abstract and esoteric, is that, like, I know a lot more about you than most people would know about you, as you well know, and they may not know, and too bad if they don't. But there's a level of contentment that you have in your life that was not there in earlier parts of your life that I knew. And as I said earlier, the thing that I find very special about your music is that there's a level of honesty and a level of sincerity that people can find in your music, even sometimes more so than they can find in you by dealing with you directly, even though most people can't perceive music that way. Do you think that people somehow subconsciously detect in your music that level of contentment? Because this record's selling through the roof versus the other ones. Or is it just that I'm not on this one and that's why it's selling?
You could have been on this one.
Let's not get into that.
But this record does cast a wider net than the last one. The last record was really about being bereaved, you know, and its constituency was the recently bereaved. Anybody who was recently bereaved loved the Soul Cages. Anybody else kind of felt excluded, you know. What's this guy singing about death for, you know? This record is much more. It's a wider audience that likes it, and it's a happy record. People are sick of watching the news. They don't want to hear the news on my record, so they can buy a record, and it's funny and it's humorous and sometimes it's stupid, but it's, you know, it's joyful.
It is joyful. And speaking of joy, we're going to watch your first video from this album, right? If I Ever Lose My Faith in You.
You Pedram.
You did this?
No, it's about you.
Well, if he knows so much, where is his book at, huh? He should write a book called Sting Exposed. Now, what does Sting do when he first wakes up in the morning? What does he sing when he's in the shower? These are burning questions that everybody wants to know the answer to, but he knows, but he's not telling.
Man, that's you, the old man in there with the
nose,
with the nose and the beard?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Man, you silly, man. So, Sting has a very interesting aspect to his personality. We were supposed to do, what was it called? Your favorite videos, Sting's favorite videos of himself or whatever. And Sting, of course, did not want to do that, true to his iconoclastic nature. Sting wants to do video concepts that he hates the most. Now, We talked about this before. What he does not know is that we've compiled video to give examples of what we're talking about. And this is by no means Sting's opinion or anyone in his management. This is strictly the opinion of Friday Night Videos. Now, what are some of the things that you hate about videos?
Well, I think it's a more general hate. I don't like videos. Do you know why? Because when I finish a record and I'm about to go on tour, the record company says, you have to do a video for 4 days. I don't want to. And I prefer the radio because you can make your own scenario up for a song.
Right.
I don't want to be told by a director, this is how a song looks. Because it stops the listener creating his own scene. So I have a whole beef against videos altogether. I don't know why I'm on this show.
Oh, heck, we haven't shown that many videos.
I don't think you
talk
can.
To me.
I don't think you can. You can't beat them though. You can't not do without them because it's a tool you need. But they're not that creative except for the people making them, the director.
Well, sometimes they can be great. Like if you have ugly rock guys, for instance, man. Ugly guys get these beautiful women in videos. You don't have that problem. I mean, you're not a handsome. I mean, you're not an ugly guy. No. So you're not an ugly guy. We have an example of that right here. Let's take a look. I don't think we have to say anything about it. It kind of speaks for itself.
It does kind of speak for itself, but I've never done a video like that.
You know, you should.
Maybe I should.
You should do.
Oh, I don't know.
Trudy will kill you. She can't kill you.
Trudy doesn't care.
Trudy, do you care?
No, she doesn't care.
She in here?
She's not jealous at all.
Yeah, right. Okay. What about? I know this is your pet peeve because we talked about it. The videos where the star is himself as a child.
Yeah, the rock star as a child. That's a sort of running motif in videos, which I always find a bit cheesy. You know. First of all, the child is always beautiful, and the rock star isn't. Right. What happened? Right. You know? But there's so many of them. It's not the concept that's wrong. It's just that there are so many of them. You know. I don't think I've done one. Well, then again, maybe I should.
But if you had, we'd have it on film.
I think you probably would.
And I'd show you. So let's take a look at that.
That's Madonna as a kid. Oh, Dawn?
Oh, you know I do it.
Well, that is Dawn. Who's that?
I have no idea.
Oh, it's Wilson Phillips.
Really?
Yeah.
It is fairly unimaginative. Well, man, I know you have to go. I just wanted to get you here and torment you a few minutes and tell you how much I love you and appreciate your work and what you've done for me.
Thank you, Branford.
Thank you. Sting, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for a live performance from David Bowie and I'll Be Sure, plus the new video from Madonna. Ooh, can't wait to see this one.
Oh my God. It's the new video from Madonna. Oh my God. Now he looks the way I feel anytime I hear that. I have to admit that 10 Sumner's Tales is my favorite Sting solo album. It's really the only solo album I listen to from beginning to end. It just really connects with me in some way. I have it on vinyl and CD, cassette, a few other formats. Now this has what some would say as Sting's biggest solo hit, If I Ever Lose My Faith in You, which there's an argument, for that. It's Probably Me, 7 Days, Fields of Gold, Shape of My Heart, Something the Boys Said, St. Augustine, In Hell. Sting does death metal. No, he doesn't. That's one of my favorite covers. Sting sitting there thinking, like the back of the CD cover, but he has a smirk on his face. The back of the booklet has a somber look of Sting, which is like most pictures, very somber. But there you have it, Sting, 1993, Friday Night Videos, 10 Sumner's Tales.